This is the brand new officially licensed Maserati GranTurismo Folgore from Reobrix. It has a mind-bending 5,480 pieces, and you can get it from Barweer for just under 200 bones, possibly even less with my discount code below. Check it out. Available in blue or spicy brown. Brown is a bold choice for a set like this. I kinda like it, but I suspect it will not fly off the shelves. Of course, a massive thank you to Barweer for sending this over so that I can bring it to you, my good friends on the internet. Straight away, this box is very similar to those from Kada. High quality printing all around, and the front features a lovely glossy embossed logo. You just love to see it. Similarly, under the hood, we have 5 black boxes with the front end printed across them. I like it a lot, but I'm surprised to not see the Maserati logo printed on the front grille. It's kind of weird. Under the boxes, we find the instructions, and very weirdly, there is no additional info or shots of the car or the set. Missed opportunity. Very few stickers though. That's a win. Now, this is Reobrix's first shot, so far as I know, at a massive licensed Technic car, so I will cut them some slack, but 5 boxes with no numbered boxes is kind of wild. You sort of have to figure it out yourself. Fortunately, however, each stage only has 1 bag, so it is sort of manageable that way. But enough of my blabbering, let's dig into this. Now here's something really cool straight off the hop. The first steps are pretty uneventful, but Reobrix has these sub-numbered bags, so you can literally just build by numbers the whole way through. Start with bag 1-1, 1-2, 1- etc. It's so easy. This is a great idea, and in my opinion, it makes up for the lack of numbered boxes. So we good. Well played, Reobrix. Alright, time to install the first electrics. Little problem. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Check this out. Here's the motor, allegedly, but this is completely empty. Look at that. There's no motor in there. Completely empty. That is so odd. And they're all like that. Empty, weighs nothing. Empty, weighs nothing. Empty, weighs nothing. That is so odd. All right, so I figured it out. These are empty on purpose. Basically, as mentioned, the brown version. This is the blue version. Blue version is the non-RC variant. Brown is a limited edition RC variant, but these lend some structural support to the model. So I don't really care for RC, as I'm sure you know, having watched this channel for more than 5 seconds. So I'm good with this. I think this is cool. We continue. Okay, RC oddities aside, we finish up the stage by beefing up the chassis, and can I just say this thing is going to be an absolute unit. And installing the last of our dummy motors. This is sort of weird. This little gear rack seems to be installed near the seats. I wonder what will become of it. This is a crazy little contraption. The gears will slot into those gear racks we installed earlier, and they appear to be the seat moving mechanism, adding in our first differential. After some mistakes and light swearing, we will eventually get the rear wheel hubs installed. To be honest, I was a little bit worried about this set weighing a metric ton with over 5,400 pieces, so it is nice to see that Reobrix uses the stiffer, more beefy new style of suspension. After beefing up the rear a bit more, stage 3 is done. Steering column has great angles and installed. A scooch of system pieces for some shaping. And look how nicely this pairs up to the chassis. You just love to see it. Move along. Here we go, gang. Into stage 5, and we are also into printed parts territory. It's a great place to be. Tons of housing at affordable prices. I recommend it. Beef up the rear end some more. Here's what I'm thinking will be a trunk. It works well. Stage 5 ends by adding a surround to the trunk, and this actually takes us to the end of box 1, and heavens to Betsy, what a box it's been. Let's take a moment to remember. Let's just think about box 1 for a second. Alright, box 2 is the roof box. I'm telling you this because it's not numbered still. After beefing up the rear end for what feels like an eternity and drinking game for the word beef, we finally get to add some color to the interior. And can I just say, seriously, this thing is built like a freaking tank. It is unbelievably solid. Our second differential and getting the steering linked up at long last. We've been so good and so patient. We deserve this. Prepping and installing the front wheel hubs and suspension. And like, yes, I know this thing has the Super Beef 3000 suspension, but like seriously, this Maserati is going to weigh a ton. All right, so here's my first proper issue with the set. Check this out. See this step here? This guy's supposed to be connected 1, 2, and then connected. Same on the other side. 1, 2, and then connected. And here I've done that. 1, 2, connected on the third. And it makes the geometry look really wacky. Like this is sitting up way too high. It should be down level. But if I move it so it's 1, then it sits flat and nice. Here, up and janky, flat and nice. So I don't know if they just mucked that up, but I'm gonna keep going with it this way. I went through it with a fine-tooth comb. I don't think I made any mistakes. Anyway, my fix has been implemented, and it's worth noting that at this stage, we're about halfway done the build, and what a build it's been. It is so dense. Update, I've found a better fix. You just need 2 of these 1x3 half beams to totally fix the geometry and keep the original suspension locked in. If you're watching Reobrix, fix your damn set, brother. Small thing. Okay, rant over, on to box 3.
Hot damn!
Stage 8 is pretty short and sees us beefing up the front end even more. This review brought to you by the word beef. We also get to add some nice wiring details and a bit of the interior finish work. It's good stuff. First stickered elements going in, I appreciate that they are used sparingly and they do add good value to the interior, which is looking gorgeous so far. First bits of bodywork going on. Here's the rear diffuser design. It looks really good and utilizes some great techniques and angles to lock everything into place. Next up, we'll be putting together the rear bumper area, and let me tell you, this was such a treat, a real treasure chest. More great techniques and cool angles come together in a tidy and surprisingly sturdy package. More beautiful prints coming straight at you. These are used for the head restraints of the rear seats, and the design of which is great. Sort of weird to see rear seats on a set this size, actually, now that I think of it. We're building up the rear wheel arch area, and you know what that means. I'm talking panels, I'm talking angles, I'm talking questionable build techniques. Let's take the party round front, shall we? Ready for some more angles? Course you are. This frickin' rules, bruv. Headlights slot in easily, like a glove really. Finally finish up the front bumper with a printed logo for the grille. This thing looks so sick. Interestingly, I still have 100-ish pages to go and the wheels are already going on. Okay, Reobrix. See, you like to fly close to the sun. They do look good though. Time to build the hood. Nothing makes my dingle tingle quite like seeing shock absorbers used to support Technic panels on cars. The hood looks great, and gang, just look at how this closes. How friggin' sweet is that? I am obsessed with it. Moving to the rear, lovely print for the license plate. It's a good job mine came all pre-scratched to piss. Just love it. After a bit more work, the trunk lid is done. It looks great and the closing mechanism is excellent. We are almost done, guys. Here's the door and mirror design, just really simple and elegant. I especially love the mirrors, they look so good. It connects easily and has such a satisfying close-open mechanism, just like the real deal, ma. Lastly, we'll put the roof together. This was a first for me. It uses some great techniques to get the angles right. The real surprise is how it attaches. Usually sets this size, the roof is built as part of like the backbone, the chassis, but not here. It's not like it's gonna fall off, but you just wouldn't want to be picking it up from the roof. And she is done. Wow. Be still my beating heart. This thing freaking rules. I need to smoke after building that or something. Man, this'll do. I mean, this thing is just insane. I was a little worried at first. When I first laid eyes on this, I knew I had to check it out. It's so interesting. Like, Reobrix that I've known, they do like a little bit of castle stuff, some boats, they do like speed champions, and then boom, out of left field, fully licensed, massive Technic Maserati GranTurismo. Like, where'd that come from, Reobrix? And it looked great. So I was like, I gotta check this out. But then I looked into the name, Maserati GranTurismo Folgore. What does that mean? Folgore means lightning in Italian. I think my buddy Diego will help us out with that one. So this is an electric car. So I thought, oh, that's gonna be boring. That's not gonna be fun to build. You know what? It was totally fine. It was good. I didn't miss not doing a tedious transmission. I didn't miss not having pistons in it. And the fact that it doesn't have those overly complicated sometimes mechanisms mean everything on this works tight as a nut. Also, the suspension I was worried about, there's nothing to worry about. It holds it up perfectly well, independent suspension all around, got good bounce on it. It's excellent. I mean, I can't say enough good things about this. It's so awesome. The way all the panels open just pleases me no end. They really went the extra mile designing this thing, I feel. I've never seen an interior this good on a Technic car this size. Any Technic vehicle, I think. This is the best interior I've ever seen, full stop. The exterior, some of the panels, the way they fit together is a little bit, I don't know if there's any illegal building techniques, but there's some things where the alignment's a little odd and it feels a little questionable, but it's very sturdy. Everything, like, you can pick this thing up apart from the roof, as mentioned. You really get a sense that this thing is built to last. What else can I say? From every angle, it just looks absolutely fabulous. The one where it's maybe let down a little is the back. I think the rear lights look a little off, but guys, I am seriously having to nitpick to find that out. It does have one thing that's really weird about it, but it could be my fault. And everything else about this is so good that it just kind of makes me laugh. But I mean, the building techniques were phenomenal. I think the little bonus trunk in here, I had a brain blast about this. The brown version is the RC version. I think that's where the battery box goes. But for here, it would have been so cool if they put like a little luggage in there. That would have been so dope. But I mean, it's still good. You got steering via hand of God or the standard steering wheel, your choice. The steering angle is very, very bad on this set. Maybe one of the worst I've ever seen. For me personally, it's parking on the shelf, so I don't care. I just want to look at a pretty face, and boy is it. But the steering wheel works perfectly fine. Kinda. I don't know if it could be that I built it wrong. That's very possible, because it's very dense, very complicated. As I said, there's no color vomit. Everything under the body is just black pins, black beams, black axles. But for me, something happened in such a way that when I turned the steering wheel to the right, the wheels turned to the left. That is the strangest thing I've ever seen. It's backwards. Like, what a goofy thing. So if that Reobrix, you might want to double check your instructions, but again, it could have been me. And again, it honestly looks so good and was so fun to build that I actually don't even care that much. I've had this thing sitting right beside me while I work, and I cannot stop looking at it. They managed to capture all the subtle curves and subtle angles of this car. Like, it's unbelievable. I think the headlights are represented almost perfectly. The front grille, which is very interesting looking, brick built, captured perfectly. You've got that classic Maserati, the 3 speed holes.
Hey, what are all these holes?
These are speed holes to make the car go faster.
Oh yeah, speed holes.
Or whatever you want to call them. You know, pretty iconic for the Maserati designs. Everything flows beautifully. I'm usually not a fan of these angled panels for rear wheel arches on sets, but here I think it looks really good. Helps grab that curvature. You got the subtle curve in the roof. Great technique, fantastic. Everything slopes beautifully back to the trunk, and the rear is like, those sort of curves just should not be possible in Lego Technic. It is absolutely fabulous. Like I said, I could gush for days about the interior too. Oh, it looks so good. So those are my thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts down below. Do let me know what you think of the Reobrix Maserati GranTurismo Folgore, because I think it's got potential for set of the year. That was so out of left field, so cool, done super well. I'm really impressed. Genuinely very impressed with it. But thank you so much for checking out this video. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will hopefully see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.